Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine vyomni Dehaya Dakshinamurtiye Namaha. Om Sakhana Bhavatu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. śrīhariṃ paramānandamupadeṣṭāramīśvaram vyāpakaṃ sarvalokānāṃ kāraṇaṃ tam namāmyaham. Chakshurभ्याम brahmashilabhyam sarvam bhati brahmatmakam tadvadatmani dehatvam pashyatya jnana yogatah. Atmani dehatvam pashyati. Dehi atmatvam, atmani dehatvam. The deha is taken to be the body. Body means mind, sense, all of them. This complex is taken to be the self. The self is taken to be the same thing. Atmani dehatvam. Dehe atmatvam also. This is a confusion. Dehe atmatvam is acceptable. Atmani dehatvam is not true. If it is not true, then this, I am this much alone, the fear of death is there always, and that means Atma is subject to age and death, and that is very real. And therefore, there is always fear of death with every living organism, and the human being is no exception. And therefore, there is fear of death. And so, anything that happens to the mind, body, senses, happens to Atma. Suppose you are reeling, you go round and round. This is pradakshina namaskara. So you have to turn around yourself 3 times. Suppose that the Pandit says, you do it, so 9 times. Suppose he says, so 9 times you do. So 9 times if you do, then the eyes seem to be reeling. The mind is reeling, you are reeling. And therefore the whole world is shaking. And everything is in motion. Even though things are in motion, but this is further. So everything is changing. The walls are moving. this Brahmana, this kind of reeling, and everything is changing in motion, is a superimposition. That's not true. And similarly, Atmani, all agitations, motions, changes, all this are seen ajnana yogataha, due to ajnanam alone. What else? When you see something that is not there, what else you can say? It is ajnanam, and you take it real. That is ajnana yogataha. This is the line of thinking. So it goes on and on. So there's, in every one there can be a small little detail. Chakshubhyam brahmashilabhyam sarvam brahmatmakam bhati. Everything seems to be reeling. So your head is reeling, eyes are reeling, and everything else seems to be reeling. Tadvat atmani, motion. You see motion, changes, etc. in the Atma. Atmani dekhatvam ajnana yogataha. Due to ajnanam. And another one, now this world also is changing. That seems to be constant. The earth seems to be constant. And also we say sthavara. The world is sthavara. Means when you say the trees, the mountains, they're all sthavaras. They are stationary. They remain where they are. And there is jangama. So that which keeps moving. So this is within the universe. Everything is moving. Within that we have sthavara and jangama. Characharatmakam jagat. This jagat is movable and immovable. So sthavara and jangama. Properties also we say. Real estate is sthavara. And cash is jangama. And jangama means it's moving. Now it is with you, now it is not with you. Sthavara, jangama. All the properties, TV, etc., inside the house. That's all jangama. So inside the house, carpet, etc., these are all jangama. So whatever is jangama, the fellow comes and picks up and goes. You know, when you are here in the why should I give you this kind of a scare so early morning? So, the movers come. They move whatever they can move. And therefore, so these are jangama. We call these all sthavara. That is also Brahma. That is also Brahma. It is also a superimposition. It appears as though, but it's all moving. This is the great example given by the Shastra. In a TV you see a picture. The picture is very close and very nice because the dots are more in a square inch. There should be more dots. And then the picture is very good. It's all dot, 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 dot. There is no picture. The dot, 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 dot. That's a picture. You enjoy that. So dots suppose are there, you don't enjoy. Put them together, then there is emotion, there is interaction. So with the TV there is interaction. Suddenly you laugh, nobody knows why. So suddenly you laugh. Because you are seeing the picture. Otherwise you suddenly laugh means... So, therefore here, alatam brahmane naiva vartulam bhati suryavat tadvad atmani dehatvam pashyat ajnana yogatah. This alata is that glowing tip of a joss-stick, incense, or any firebrand, whatever. And if you do in a dark night, you move your hand holding this alata in a circular fashion, and there will be a circle. And you change the way of moving, the motion, and you can draw patterns. There will be different patterns. That's called srishti. This Brahmanam is called srishti, this is the creation. But if you look at the creation, the truth of the creation, there is no circle. There is only a glowing tip. You can take this incense and then you try all this you can do, you can put your signature also. But the truth of it is this one glowing tip. This is Srishti. And if you stop, if that stops, there is only Laya, Pralaya. That is why Ishvara's dance is this Jagat. Single dancer. All forms are created. That is why dancing Nataraja. Motion is such a fast motion. The matted hair is horizontal. And there is, you will find an arch there. And there will be flames. These are all nakshatras, constellations. And the space. We all within that is only dance of Ishvara. Beautiful, this Nataraja. Nataraja stops, Pralaya. He should keep dancing. He should not stop. If he stops, well, Pralaya. Pralaya we should not be bothered because everybody else also goes. So why do you bother? So all our botheration is I go, others live. And therefore this botheration, there is no bereaved. And therefore everybody goes, therefore no problem. That's why I told this Italian priest, I felt like telling, okay. The Italian priest predicted the world comes to an end. Now there is one rumor going on. In 2009, world comes to an end. Be ready. And I don't mind going 2009. You are coming, That's enough. So this fellow, these two priests, predicted the world coming to an end. And then, with lot of grocery and food, the fellows went up a hill to see the entire world coming to an end. To Italians. Who else? And so they went up the hill and to see the world coming to an end. Think of that. Now, I told in PSC, I read it. I brought the news item in San Francisco Chronicle, boxed item, front page. And these two fellows went up the hill and pitched their tent, lived there to see the world coming to an end. Then they waited, nothing came to end. And their provisions and food and all that came to end. And they came down. They came down. Another one. Every year it comes to end. When Ishvara stops dancing, only Ishvara is, nothing comes to end. Ishvara is, and afterwards dance begins. This is called the Srishti Sthiti. Laya. Samhara is not destruction, is withdrawal. Samharati means withdraws. Yathā samharate chayam kurmonganiva sarvashaha indriyani indriyartebhyaha tasya prajñā pratishtita. Gita. Yathā kurmaha. A turtle, a tortoise, withdraws if it smells a predator elsewhere, around, then it withdraws. The head, the legs, the tail, it's got a small stub of a tail, all these will withdraw and remain like that. The predator comes and then it smells some animal. Then nothing is found. And then they come and smells the shell also. This fellow is inside very quietly. So then they all go away. Predators go away. Then starts his journey. That is withdrawal. That is called samhara. The word should not be destruction. Even if it is used to destruction, it means only this. Everything goes back to the cause. Yathā samharate chayam. This is called srishti sthiti samhara. Not dancing is pralaya. Pralaya means withdrawal, complete. Cause, just the cause exists. Idam asit. Sadeva Swami idam agre asit. The entire Jagat is Ishvara. Undifferentiated. Knowledge. And again differentiated, it's creation. Dance. It's a concept, very beautiful way of telling that. Therefore, this alatam brahmanena eva vartulam bhati suryavate. That alatam itself, vartulam bhati, becomes a circle because of brahmanena, motion. The hand holding it is in motion. Therefore, there is a circle, like even the sun. Circulam bhati. Vartulam bhati circulam, okay? So, this circulam bhati. It becomes a circle. vartulam bhati. Similarly, it looks as though Atma is in motion and commotion. The mind is in motion. Tad ejati, tad naijati. The mind moves, it looks as though it moves, but in fact it doesn't move. The mind moves. What thought moves? One thought goes and another thought comes. That's all motion. Not that mind is moving like that. One thought goes, another thought comes, it all looks as though motion. It's not like a train. The train at this, at point and place P, at time T, one train is standing. Then it moves. The train is moving. But here, not train, like a thought is not a train. At a given time, a thought. Now this thought. Now this thought. Now this thought. Now this thought. It's like animation. This fellow is going. You can see this is animation. It goes in. Little better. Better than our animation of Ramayana. Rama goes. Because pictures are not enough. Animation. And Hanuman was coming, lifting the Sanjeevi Parvata, the hill. And he has got the hill in his hand. And he is flying. And how he will fly? You are afraid the hill will fall. And so that's how. So you must have enough pictures. This is the mind. All motion, etc., there is no motion, it's a real adhyasa. Like I told you, this circulum. How Alata becomes a circle. It's just a glowing tip. And if you understand that and the motion also, you don't require any further drama. This is the magic. Therefore, tadvad atmani dehatvam pashyati ajnana yogataha. If you don't take it as a circle, and you take it only one tip, glowing tip is there, nothing more, then you can enjoy the circle. If you don't know, you will be disappointed. So, when there is no circle. Ajnana yogataha means atmani, one finds motion, one finds also, and now it is stationary, now it is in motion. So this stationary, sthavara and jangama in the Atma, that also is not true. All sthavara jangamas are nothing but glowing tip, Atma. This is a very beautiful thing. This always I thought, I never found anywhere, only here it is. So, this is the example we use often. Mahatve sarvavasthunam anutvam hi ati dhurataha tadvadatmani dehatvam pashyat ajnana yogataha. When you read this, when you see the comparative illustration of our earth to the sun, the size of the sun and the size of the earth. And to the sun, the earth is only a tennis ball. It's a tennis ball. And the Jupiter is far bigger than this. From the earth, when you see the Jupiter, it is it is small, very small. The sun itself is in one place, very small. And the stars, they are twinkle, twinkle. During the day they disappear, even though they are there because they are too small. And the sunlight overwhelms. Therefore you see a clear sky without those stars, but they are there. They look small. Big things look small. Small things look big. Both he tells here. Small things look big. Big things look small. Neither they are small nor big. But you are looking at from a standpoint, upadhi. So the distance is the upadhi. So the distance, from a distance when you look at, big things become small. That is the upadhi. Therefore, mahatve sarvavasthunam, that is for myself. Sarvavasthunam mahatve sati. All the vastus, all these objects are big. No doubt they are big. Even though they are big, mahatve sati, even though they are big, when they are big, anutvam, vastunam anutvam. Anutvam means small, sukshmatvam. So they look small, all the stars looks very small. Little star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. There was one devotee used to come here during our program, cultural program, and she said, how in India this song, this poem, the Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, how in different states, and the teacher teaches the children. And one is Punjab, that was very nice. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. And so, and therefore, Mahat, this little star. Garba, no, not Garba. Bhangra. So these little stars, huge. Distance is the upadhi. This is all upadhi distortion. Explainable. So in terms of our capacity to perceive, etc., our eyes, so they can explain the whole thing, why it is so. But if one construes, this is small, Atma confined to this body is only small. They say that also. This is called spark argument. All of us are born of the divine. The word divine I am using because they are using. I don't otherwise use I don't divine. The divine Ishvara. And we are only spark. It is a spark of Ishvara. One spark. Everybody is a spark. Therefore, in fact, if you don't know Atma, you are big. You have got complex. Now, if you know Atma, you have no complex. Atma is very small. It is only spark. I am spark. Not I am fat. I am spark. Complex chale jayega. I am spark. That's all. After realization, previously at least you were solid. Now you become spark. This is called divine spark. Argument. This is a big argument. Everyone has got a divine spark. We are all divinity, therefore. And then keep going. Divine spark. And you must realize that you have got a divine spark. And then one fellow meditates and comes and tells me, I saw the spark yesterday. He's got a spark in his eyes. So I saw a spark, he sparkles. I saw a spark yesterday. Okay, you saw a spark. So what? What happened? There was a spark, I saw a spark. Sitting there in my heart, it just goes on blowing. Yeah? Spark. All right. You have seen spark. Now, who are you? In those days, they will say USA returned, London returned. And he's coming from US tour. Then Mala photograph and garland everybody will give because he's coming from US. What did he do in US? Don't ask those questions. And so in fact he lived there and in one of those shelves. And so in a small apartment 10 fellows live. And each one has got this bunk bed. One shelf belongs to him. And so this fellow lived like this. And then he comes US return. In those days. It's all there's no value anymore. After 747, there's nothing. Sometimes if the address of the letter was wrong, it comes back from US. Even a postcard comes like that. It goes to US and comes back. Correct? And it can say US returned. So we had a fellow, our Madan, in California. So we did a course there. And there was one very, very colorful character called Madan. And he came to know there is a place called hell in America. All the cities of the world are here. Madras also is there. And Chennai is not there because that is new. Original Madras is here. And this hell, there is a place called hell. He wants to have a proof. He wrote a letter, self-addressed envelope. He sent a letter, please stamp the self-addressed envelope and send it with address and all. And then a letter came from the postmaster, hell. Postmaster, hell. We don't have any such arrangement. Therefore, we are returning the envelope. So the envelope came without a hell stamp, but it is a postmaster hell with his own signature. Hell is there. So there is a stamp there, everything is there. So he has got a proof there is a hell local. Hell local. Everything is here. So from a point of view, upadhi makes small also big and big also small. All upadhi. Upadhi standpoint. And similarly, Atma looks as though it is a spark for somebody. But for one who understands, it's not a spark, it's not small, it is not enclosed in this body. It looks confined to this body. Therefore it is small. So at least to the size of the body. Some people even don't accept that. Jains accept Atma is the size of the body. Therefore Atma can bloat and Atma can... And therefore Atma gathers all impurities. And therefore you have to purify them. You have to remove all the impurities. And therefore all tapas, they are all tapasvins. Lunchita keshaha. They pluck all the hair so that they need not shave. Yeah. Tapasvis. Because tapas is okay. The tapas is meant for making this Atma pure. If Atma can become impure and make pure, you have to do laundry every day. It will become impure and you will become pure and impure. There is no moksha. There is nothing. But this is a kind of thinking. But your life, if you see, their life is wonderful. They don't do any himsa. The dharma, very dharmic people. That's enough, that will bless them. But the philosophy don't go into. And therefore, it's all due to upadhi. The upadhi dharma they take as the dharma of the Atma. Now look at this one. Sukshmatve sarvabhavanam sthulatvam chupanetratah tadvadatmani dekhatvam pashyatya jnana chetasaha. Even small problems become big. Small issues become big issues. Big things look small. Durataha, he said, in a physical example he gave. Because of a distance. Two fellows had a boundary dispute. This is real. Both the fellows were taken in a helicopter. Boundary dispute, they wanted to fight it out in the court. You put your fence 5 inches this way, 1 yard, whatever. So this is a big dispute. And then they were taken by a helicopter, and the helicopter came just above their land, about 600, 700 feet above. And from there, not far above, and then, please find out your land. That is my land. Where is his land? That is also his land. Says, where is your fence? In the vast expanse of land, my land, your land, don't mean anything. From a distance, big problems become small, nothing. Small problems become big. Because you have got a particular way of looking at the small problem. And with reference to problems, even small things look big. If you have a magnifying glass, that is called upanetra. In aid, upanetra means a secondary eye. Aided eye. Therefore, aided by a magnifying glass. That's what he says here. Sukshmatve sarvabhavanam. Sarvabhavanam sukshmatvepi. There are a lot of things which are very, very small. You can't see with your naked eyes. But with magnifying glass, they look different. They are more than what they are. They look bigger than what they are. Small things become bigger because of upadhi. Upadhi is upanetra. What is added to the netra is upanetra. It is that something added to the netra is upanetra. Glasses, magnifying glass. So this magnifying glass is upanetra. Here, the glasses also are upanetra. They also magnify. They are also upanetra. But here, upanetra is magnifying glass. Not just glasses. Sukshmatve sarvabhavanam sthulatvam cha upanetrataha. So through the upadhi, if you look at, it becomes big. So you can take problems also. Tadvad atmani dehatvam pashyati ajnana chetasaha. That is why purushartha nishchaya is very important. If you are looking for the solution to the basic problem, and the basic problem is I am limited. The limitlessness is the achievement. Freedom from limitation. And if limitlessness is what you are striving for, everything becomes small, What generally is big becomes small. But what is small now in priority becomes big because of your viveka. Buddhi. Buddhi is the upadhi. Type of buddhi. That is the upadhi. Kacha bhūmau jalatvam va jala bhūmau hi kachata tadvadatmani dekhatvam pashyat ajnana yogataha. Kacha bhūmau, on a shining surface, on a very shining surface, polished marble, polished marble, and in this shining surface, you can see water. Looks like a water pool. Suppose there is a hall and the floor is shining. Duryodhana had this problem. He thought there is water and therefore he was very careful. He doesn't get wet. And Draupadi laughed at that time. It is Dharmaputra's house, new house. And that is, he wanted to punish her. He was an invited guest to come and see. So the surface is mistaken for a water pool, a swimming pool. Therefore, kacha bhūmau jalatvam, kacha bhūmau, and on a polished surface, you see water. Or where there is water also, you may, because once you are disappointed, and naturally, so you next time when you see water, plain water, without a ripple, without a wave, then you take it for a polished surface, kacha bhumi, like a glass. What he establishes is that we mistake one thing for another. We are very good in this. And so, it is not only in the vastu. Here, in the example, you can take the example standing for a person who is clean and who doesn't have anything against you. You can project as though the person is against you. The person who is against you, you can take it as though he is the person who is filled with this water of love. All these mistakes we can commit. Atmani, all these are seen. He is a loving person. Atma is full of love. I am full of love. I am full of hatred. All this can be superimposed. That also will come later. Yadvadagnau manitvam hi manavvavanita puman tadvadatmani dehatvam pashyatya jnana yogatah. Agnau pashyati manitvam yadvat puman. Yadvat puman, a given person, this man, agnau, in a glowing ember, in the glowing coal, agnau, in a glowing coal, pashyati sees, we have to add there, pashyati sees, what does he see? Manitvam, a precious stone, a ruby, shining ruby. And he picks up, will be interesting. And or the other way. What is there is money, there is nothing but it is always a glowing piece of coal. He went away. He lost. Manavagnitvam. In the precious stone, he sees fire. And in the fire, he finds money. Then he gets disappointed. In one, he loses. In the other, he gets burnt. Both are wrong perceptions. You have to connect it, what we can think about it, something more valuable. Thus we have Shobhanadhyasa. Everything is Atma. In one you have a like, in one you have dislike. All this because of confusion, basic confusion. This one is very famous. Abreshu satsu dhavatsu somo dhavati bhati vai tadvadatmani dekhatvam pashyatya jnana yogataha. Abreshu dhavatsu satsu. When clouds are moving and above the clouds is the moon, and you see the moon through these clouds, clouds become upadhi. Clouds are moving. But it looks as though the moon is moving. The mind is restless. But you say, I am restless. Atma becomes restless. Atma is not, the moon is not restless. You see the moon through the clouds. Similarly, here also, you see yourself through the clouds. Clouds of thinking. Then you become restless. Abreshu satsu dhavatsu somaha dhavati somaha bhati dhavati iva. Vai means iva. Somaha bhati dhavati iva. The moon shines, soma means moon. The moon shines as though it is also moving. It is moving. In fact, it's the clouds moving. Similarly, mind is restless. But how can you say, I am restless? I means Atma. But people mean it. Nor you can say to anybody who says, I am restless. You can't say, Atma is not restless. Don't say all that. When he says, I am restless, he is not talking about Atma anyway. His Atma and I both are one the same. Or if he is exposed to Vedanta, he doesn't mean Atma Satchidananda is restless. He doesn't mean that. But the people who don't know, then definitely Atma is restless. I am restless. He wants to exhaust all the examples used. Really true. These are all various examples used in the Shastra. And all of them he wants to exhaust. One he doesn't leave out. Yathaiva dig viparyasaha mohat bhavati kasyachit tadvadatmani dekhatvam pashyatya jnana yogataha. When Devadatta was kidnapped, Baddhanetra, blindfolded, he was taken to the forest. And he had a lot of money with him. And money, they had taken away, and he had ornaments and all that, and all gone. Kundalam and all that in those days. So they had, on both the ears they used to wear. He used to wear kundalam. So big man means big kundalam. And then they will have kankanam, chain and all that, gold. And the fellow was completely robbed, Baddhanetra, not 1 year, both years. No? 1 year, both years. And blindfolded, this fellow was tied to a tree and then they ran away. They didn't want him to scream and shout and bring people up and to go after them. So the Gundas ran away. And somebody who came and listening, hearing the fellows cry, they removed the blinds and then freed him from the ropes and told him, "Where are you from?" "I am from Gandhara Desha." Gandhara Desha. "Oh, all right, you go to Gandhara, this way." And he doesn't know which is east, which is west. This is called Dig Brahma. Where to go? What is the route? He doesn't know. And then he is Swayam Vichara Kushala. Swayam, he is capable of so figuring out. Somebody will say, "Go straight." He goes straight and he finds there is a precipice. Go straight. Therefore, he should not go straight if there is a precipice. So he has to interpret. Even suppose you have got this the road guide. Nowadays everybody has it. What do you call that? GPS. Yeah. Take left. 400 yards, take right. 400 yards, take right. Take the exit. And you take and then you get lost also. Therefore, you cannot totally depend on that. You must keep your head clear, not only ears. Head clear, eyes clear. Go straight means, and then there's a roadblock. So you have to use your buddhi. Swayam vichara kushalaha. Very important. Medhavi. The Upanishad. This is Upanishad. And similarly, this fellow, blindfolded, not seeing what is Atma, due to ajnanam, darkness, ajnanam, ignorance, and he is samsare patitaha. His treasure, that is Ananda, is taken away. His fulfillment, his fullness, wholeness taken away. His kingdom, which has no boundaries, is gone. Baddhanetraha, samsare patitaha. And he is in this forest and he doesn't even know which way to go. There are too many things offering, there are too many roads. Always at crossroads. So while studying which school I have to go, parents have to decide. And afterwards which college I have to go. That is a very big thing. What should I take? Which college I should go? Which school? They call it school. Which school I have to go? I want to go to a good school. Which is good school? That which is far away from parents is the best school. And therefore, so which school I should go? What I should study? Medicine I want to study. All right, medicine you study. Then in medicine, what branch? I'm not sure. So I hope I will, I don't know. Any time, no, I know it's not, I don't know. Maybe ophthalmology, maybe. I don't know. So why should we bother another 2-3 years? I don't know. Crossroads. Then afterwards marriage. I don't know. Are you getting married? I don't know. But I'm just doing. I'm just studying. Just now I finished my studies. I don't know. Marriage? I don't know when. And always crossroads. Always crossroads. Do you have to have a child? I don't know. When? So, I don't know. Always crossroads. Which way to go? What about moksha? I don't know. Maybe after retirement. Baddhanetraha. Digbrahma. Even if he has got some kind of an opportunity to know, then he doesn't want to go full hog. I don't know. So I'll see. Maybe after retirement. So like this, Dig Brahma. Purushartha Dig Brahma. Yathaiva Dig Viparyasaha. Direction Viparyasa. East is taken for west, west is taken for east, south is taken for north. Confusion. Dig Viparyasaha. Mohat bhavati kasyachit. For a given person, mohat, due to ignorance alone. Similarly, the Atma means oneself. Again, so taken to be a person who is confused. Atma is taken to be confused. I am confused. Dehatva. So like this, a few more are there, 3 or 4 more. Then it changes. And afterwards, all beautiful nididhyasana. All contemplative verses. That will be very interesting. So, Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaye Purnamevavasishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om